Hey YouTube, it's Dusk here with a deck showcase. I'm sorry I couldn't show a deck showcase last week. I completely forgot my camera at League. I've been waiting all week for my brother to help me make the duel video before I do this, and he didn't. So I'm sorry, this is the second deck in a row that I won't have a duel video with. My bad. But before I show you the deck, a little history on it. Last week, went to League. They started the Evo Fury League, and I actually didn't lose a single match. I went in with two different decks. I'll be showing you one of them right now. And yeah, I did not lose. Well, heck, not only did I not lose a match, I didn't even lose a single duel. I did good. Really good. Unfortunately, a disclaimer, I can already tell you one type of deck I would not use today's deck against. I'll also be posting a second deck today to make up for my lapse last week. However, this time I'm going to remember my camera at League, so this time we're also going to get a duel with it. Okay. This time I've expanded my parameters. It's a 43 card deck, and I like to call it Direct Dawn Control for Water, Light, Darkness. So let's get this deck list underway, and I'll explain why I call it Direct Dawn Control in a moment. But for the deck list, let's start things off with the namesake. 3 Keeper of Dawn. Tap 5, bring them out, add a used or maybe even discarded spell from your discard pile back to your hand. Great recycle, lots of fun tech you can use with him, but I didn't do too much of that with this deck. And I'll explain why I call it Direct Dawn Control in a moment. But for the deck list, let's start things off with the namesake. 3 Keeper of Dawn. Tap 5, bring them out, add a used or maybe even discarded spell from your discard pile back to your hand. Great recycle, lots of fun tech you can use with him, but I didn't do too much of that with this deck. 3 Star Lantern, and sorry if you guys are getting a bit of a glare. The light cards are doing a little too much with the light in the room, I'm noticing in the camera. But yeah, 3 Star Lantern, standard quick blocker. Tap, block with him, tap another enemy creature. Stop 2 creatures in 1 turn. Always fun. Now, I didn't think I would need this card as much as I normally feel I do, so only 1 Razor Pine Tree this time. 1 cent. There, that should be better. Yeah, 1 Razor Pine. 3 Storm Spark Blast. You run light, you should run this. You should actually try to fit this in any deck that you can. Shield Blast, level 6, taps all enemy creatures. And then just roll over them. Now, these next 8 cards is why I call it a Direct Dawn Control deck. 3 Covering Fires. I had fun last week just zooming past anyone who used blockers. They could not do a thing because of this. I mean, it's a 1-drop and then boom, after a creature's gone through its summoning sickness, enemy blockers do not count. To add on to the mayhem and moving on to the water, 3 Memory Swarms. I think I'm having way too much fun with this guy. Oh, that reminds me, I actually managed to get the Mother Virus at League last week. I'll be taking a friend to League this week. There's no way I'm not going to be able to get Impalicus. But yeah, back to the topic. Memory Swarm. Can't be blocked. That's the main theme I'm going with for my big finish on this control deck. And 2 copies of Queen Orion. Had to order these, but they were fun. You would not believe how annoyed I made people with that thing. No one's happy to see it. It's big, it takes a while to come out at level 7, but an unblockable double breaker. That wins games when you pile it up with the last 2 cards. Simple as that. Now on to my search engines. 2 Aqua Seneschal. Couldn't go with 3 because, well, I already had 23 spells by the time I started getting to the creatures, and yeah, space was getting really tight. 3 Logo Scan, however. Simple. Tap 3, draw 2. 3 Spy Mission. You have to tap 1 more for it, but for the chance that it can be cast for free if it's a shield blast, good trade-off most of the time. And even if you do get enough cards in your hand, great mana fodder. 2 Crystal Memory. Level 4 Shield Blast, search for any card in the deck. This thing should have been a very rare. This is way too powerful to have that much easy access to it. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Then again, since I haven't been able to get a 3rd one, I'll shut up now before I jinx myself. And finally for water, 2 Frogzooka to help with my blocking. Level 4, 5k. Just a big shield as early in the game as you can get a big shield with this kind of deck. Moving on to Darkness, only 4 creatures out of Darkness actually. 2 Scary Adorable of Gloom Hollow. I'm sorry about that. Level 3 Blocker. He can actually attack, well, she can actually attack shields. Adorable Gaze, when it battles a creature level 4 or less, nothing happens. You just smack him with a teddy bear. Love doing that with this thing. This plus the Star Lantern have been unquestionably the best blockers in the game until just this past Tuesday. Let me hear for you, Fury people. I'm going to try to buy some packs down at League today. I ordered 2 boxes, but I don't expect them to show till at least Monday or Tuesday, so sorry, the deck I'll be showing today after this won't have any Evo Fury cards unless I get really lucky and beat people to it at League. I already spoiled it, but for the last of my creatures, 2 Dark Scare Adorable. This actually contributes to the direct Dawn approach, the direct approach of this Dawn controlled deck, since it breaks extra shields. I consider the break a shield the moment it gets summoned a form of unblockable. I mean, there's nothing the opponent can do about it, really. Unless they really just want to mess with Darkness down the line and make a card that says, negate the effect of Chimeras, or something like that. And everything else is a bunch of Darkness spells. 1 Dark Return for tech. Only real tech I put in the deck besides Razor Pine Tree, but this one you can actually get with Keeper of Dawn. Only need 1, and it's pretty good when you get to use it. I've brought back Queen Orion several times. I had brought back Memory Swarm just to mess with the opponent. I also brought back an extra Keeper of Dawn with this thing before, just so now the next turn I can summon the thing again and get from the discard pile covering fire for the big finish you expect from control decks. I just needed one more attack when I did that, and yeah, the covering fire on the first Keeper of Dawn helped. Just gotta wait for that summoning sickness to wear off. 3 Bone Blades, always fun. Level 4 Shield Blast. Simply banish enemy creature level 4 or less. Always fun. Another card that's fun, though now that Evo Fury is out will be less fun, is Death Smoke. Banish enemy untapped creature. I normally love to use this thing on a creature's summoning sickness turn. Of course, evolution creatures don't get summoning sickness, so this thing will probably be seeing a lot less play for me and everyone else now. It was fun while it lasted. But yeah, evolution creatures they just stomp all over this thing, point and laugh at it. Evolution creatures are this thing's elementary school bullies. That's the short version of it. And finally, you can't run a darkness deck without trying to squeeze in, well, you better squeeze in 3 Terror Pits. The ultimate 1-for-1 in the game. It may take 7 to use, but as a shield blast, always fun. Banish target enemy creature. Doesn't matter if they're tapped, untapped, fire, water, light, nature, dark, evolution, non-evolution. It's just gone. Now, while I didn't lose at all at League last week, I'm going to give most of the credit to that to the other deck I used. It was a Fire Nature. But that in mind, Fire Nature is the one type of deck I expect beating this one. Reason being, this deck wins if the enemy stacks and has blockers. Because every time they pay a blocker, it's like they wasted a turn against you. Whereas that type of deck has no blockers, it's just attack, 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 attack. And yeah, this deck doesn't get the time it needs. So if you want to use this deck competitively, I'm not going to stop you. I physically can't, but that's besides the point, isn't it? I wouldn't recommend against it, but I would recommend being careful about opponents who have Fire Nature. If anyone wants to use this deck themselves and play someone Fire Nature and wins, please leave a comment below. Tell me how it went. How did you pull it off? I'm very curious about that one. But I myself am too cautious on the matter, so I probably won't get to play with this type of effect as much as I'd like. Like, comment, subscribe. I have to hurry up and put together my new deck for today at League. Again, I'll be taking a friend, so I gotta put together 2 decks. I will be back with a Nature Darkness deck. Ramp, always fun. Unfortunately, after today, Darkness may not be as prominent for me. I've been noticing that Nature is really, really working for me. Ooh, that hurt. Gotta edit that out. Well, it's been fun. I'll see you guys with the next deck and a duel. Later.